We are live, real deal live with Lord Kratos, Benny himself
What's
in the
up,
house.
everyone? Hashtag Team Kratos, baby. What's up, y'all? You
Looks
see,
like
you
we
see,
got,
I picked up that Southern y'all. I'm a Yinzer up here in Pittsburgh, but ever since I was down there in Nashville, now I'm saying y'all.
yeah, I've been trying to say Yuns. I can't get it quite right. Uh,
Yeah, we
I
talk a
heard
little.
that.
Yeah, we have our own little thing here in Pittsburgh. It's the Yinzers say weird thing. Firewood. What's up, Johnny's Corner? See you up here in the chat. Yeah, bro.
Johnny's in there.
Flying Arrow in the house. What's up, guys? Man, so awesome. So awesome seeing you guys down there. I had a blast.
Yes, we did. Joan Rose is in the house, and Gerd is in the house.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up,
Chris
ground
Presley.
pounder? Hey,
Oh yeah, we had a good time in Nashville, and can't wait for I've lost my train of thought. What is it called? uh,
Global
the
Magnet Fishing Day.
global magnet fishing day. Yeah, I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it out of my head. I couldn't get it in my mind what it was called.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We're going to go live for you on that as well.
yeah. Hey, anyone out there? You guys interested in Global Magnet Fishing Day? We got that group going on. It's July 7th. We got the group going on, and we're looking for folks to do some. We can get Team Kratos out there, or really anyone who just wants to get involved. Even it don't matter what you throw. We're all out here doing the same cause, clean up these waterways. So, but we want to get this, show our passion of this thing we love to do so much. So we're going to get people out, and we're going to have some folks, for instance, even doing host cities for people that may not be familiar with magnet fish as much, or maybe a little nervous to go out because they don't have someone who knows what they're doing, or whatever the apprehensions are. Folks can say, hey, come on down to the local, like we're doing the local, we call it an aquatorium down here where I'm from. So folks come on down, hang out, someone can get their magnet unstuck, right? You know the deal. So there's people doing that. Or if you're just interested in doing like a live or something, because I think it would be cool to populate with some live streams, and depending how many we can get, it'd be cool to do a real long live, like continuous live with different people. So I think that'd be cool too, or whatever, overlapping, just as long as we're spreading positive vibes out here about this thing we love to do, and we're celebrating it, and we're all out cleaning the waterways together. We have some things going on for that. That'll carry over into Tennessee Autism. So yeah, we're excited.
Want to say hello to Rock Butcher, My Buddy Mess, Connie Barnes, and Kingfisher in the house. Also, Benny, I wanted to thank you for getting with Barry Chalk. Barry has been a very, very good friend of mine for about 4 years now, and I have been trying to convince him and talk him into doing it, and he finally got to where he's wanting to be back in the magnet fishing world again, and along with some other adventures as well. But Barry is a very, very special guy. We would not be able to have our channel as, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying our opening and our ending credits and everything. Barry does a lot for us, and he's been a big part of Real Deal. And I just want to get him on the right team. Let's say.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, Barry. So kudos, that's great for helping out, and welcome to the team. Yeah, it sounds like that's awesome because your intro is pretty sweet. So good job, Barry. You rock, bro.
Barry has got foxes that comes to his house about every day, and he feeds them by hand. Him and his wife.
Mm-hmm. That's
I don't know.
Cool. Oh my goodness.
That's ridiculous. I mean, these are wild foxes that come to his house, and they feed them by hand. They've even got them named. It's funny. It's very funny. Hang on one second, okay?
Yep, yep. Who all we got? Who all we got out there? Yeah. What's up, Busby Adventures? Yeah, I tell you what, I had such a blast. Now I'm trying to see who else did I get to meet. You know, it's interesting because it's like some people I got to meet for the first time, and I love the first meeting, George. Like how the first time in person. Oh,
Right.
there's nothing about that first time, like Oh,
Yeah, that was.
awesome.
I knew it was going to be great, but you know what, Benny? To be honest with you, I didn't know who you was when I first saw you because you didn't look like the way I seen you before. I wasn't. I was not ignoring you, but I didn't know who you were at first, and I thought you was. I thought you was just a standby. A standby. Then I saw the Kratos shirt, and I saw. Wait a minute. Hell, that's Benny.
Yeah, I was covered in yep. Yeah, I seen you over there, and I started trotting over.
It was funny, man. I was like trying. I was kind of overwhelmed at first because I seen everybody there, and I was like, "Oh my god, I know all these people."
Mm-hmm. It can get very overwhelming. Yeah, it's just like wow. It's like everyone, yeah, like there's people like they're in person. People are in person here.
Yeah, it blows your mind when you get together like that and meet people for the first time. Ray, Ray Harper from England.
Mm-hmm.
He came over and he's. I'm a tea connoisseur because of Ray and Barry and Nigel, and they all tell me I was doing my tea wrong. I was. I did it the English way, or not the English way, but the American way. I was putting 4 bags of tea in my cup. Like my own tea, brother. And Ray brought me some laminated cheat sheets, I guess you call them, crib sheets, telling me exactly how to make my tea. And he said, only use 1 bag.
You have to put like 4 in there, 5 in there. Man, that could be some strong tea, George.
Brother, I tell you, it was blowing my head off. But I like it like that. I can't help it.
Well, see, I'll get it to where I like it a little strong too. So what I do is I mash those tea. It may sound weird. I mash those tea bags.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that stuff. Like oh
yeah. Yeah, and Can you give me cereal, bro? I've even got tins of tea that come in little tin boxes, and it's just ground tea, and I put them in a diffuser, and I was putting bags of tea and the diffuser of tea all in the same thing. I had like 3 or 4 different types of tea mixed together, and I'm silly. I'm silly like that. I don't know why I do stuff like that, but I do. I enjoy it.
Well, I was just going to ask. I was going to ask folks too in the chat if they're tea drinks, what's their favorite tea? Because I'm looking for a good tea. But it seems, George, you just make like tea potions with various. You don't have it. Like you just kind of make like a party mix or something.
It's like a party. It's like a party mix. But I tell you what, there's nothing like English breakfast tea. It's made by Twinings, and they make. To me, that's the best tea around. Put it on Amazon. I got a box from Ray. I'll tell you what, if I can think about it, I'll mail you some.
Well, because I don't drink much coffee, I'm more of if I go to breakfast or whatever, I'll get tea. So that's why I was curious about whose favorite teas out there, because you see these you could pick from one, so it's like, well, what's that Earl's Grey or whatever. Sorry for my dog barking. Apollo.
That's okay. My grandson is barking too. Here's what I don't know if you can see it. That's the tea.
Oh, strong English breakfast tea. Strong.
It will blow your head up if you do it wrong.
So you're putting four bags of the strong tea. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that. I'm not, no longer am I doing that. I still mix the bags of tea, the English breakfast tea, and I'll take these tins. Also got tins of different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'll put
you're a
them in.
connoisseur.
I'll put them in my little diffuser. I got
Yeah,
uh,
you got okay.
I got two different types of diffusers.
Oh, you're next. Okay, you're next level. Yeah, you're beyond my level.
But I like the black teas better than I do the green teas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, got more flavor for me, and it's stronger, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me. I'm making my grandson some cereal as we talk.
No worries. Kingfisher was curious about how the Kratos name came about. So I'll tell you. I'll go. And a lot of people do ask me that. I do get that question asked frequently. So me, I'm an archaeologist, historian, and one of the things I'm really into in that is the Greek mythos. So I nerd out on that. And if you can kind of see, like, our magnet names are from the Greek mythos. Even my dog's named Apollo, right? So I have a slight infatuation with it. Kratos is the Titan, and Kratos is the personification of strength. So we got strong magnets. So I'm able to it's like a weird thing where it's like, oh, I'm able to nerd out, with my company because it's like my passions that I love, or all kinds just entangled with it. So yeah, that's kind of how that came up. It came up with that.
Well, didn't your sister have something to do with the design?
That's right. So, yep, Whitney, who's my brother's wife, she's a graphic designer, and she's the one that came up with the logo. So I did a logo initially. I put work into it, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty bad. So she's seen it and took pity on me because she's seen, me working hard, trying, before we even launched Kratos, I was engineering and designing things for over a year, testing, for the magnets that I felt good to put out there. And she felt bad. So she came up with the Kratos logo, and I love it. I tell you what, because it's actually me. I used to have a beard a while ago. So it's really me in that picture. But I'm a little bit more. I'm doing the stash now.
Yeah, that's what.
Done too many times.
See, that's what threw me off when I first saw you, because when I saw you on the last time I saw you on a live, you had the full beard,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be honest with you, you had the southern thing going on. You had the mustache and the soul patch.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And
Well,
then
I
I
want to
heard you.
blend in down there in Nashville. I don't want, what I mean. I want like as an anthropologist, I try to fit in, into local customs.
Well, I told you exactly what I was going to do when I first saw you, and by golly, I did it.
You did, yeah. And I
I
loved it.
if the people in the chat missed it, I gave Benny a big old slobbery kiss.
Mm-hmm. He said he was going to do it. I didn't believe him. I was like, oh, he might. He did do it. Yep.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna kiss you. That's the truth.
Yeah. Well, it was very, very joyous occasion. It was very due time.
Judy Menzel's in the house now. Hello, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Has anybody heard anything from Anita?
Let me check my recent chat. Doing okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just heard hopefully getting out soon, but that was a while ago. That was a couple days ago.
Yeah. Johnny said no recent word yet.
Okay.
Kay Cobb's in the house. Nate, I've got your package all set up on my bar over here. It will be going out as soon as Shannon gets back from where she's at. I'm going to have her take it to the mail. I haven't forgotten about it. I know I promised it to you like this the last month, but honestly, with the collab coming up and everything, I forgot. But I still got you going here. I got it here.
Yeah, I'm like backed up too. It's just been like, just like so like busy this month. Seems it is the season, and it's just like like everything going on. It's like woo, time flies and shit builds up. What's up? Yeah, what's up, Nate? And okay, what's up, bro?
And now we've also started metal detecting, which man, we got that new Xterra Voyager.
Yeah.
We had we still got another generic. It's called Maia's or something like that detector, and it just does not compare to this Voyager. We've already found coins with it, and Shannon found a teacup set, which is hilarious. We got a short video up of it on our YouTube channel, but we'll put the other video should come out. I'm not sure when. We got like 8 or 9 videos ahead in the log, but she found a very old 2 teacups. They're made of metal and covered in ceramic or whatever it is.
Yeah. Ding ding. Yep. That's cool. They rung up like that.
Well, the funny thing is, we found them on a volleyball court that hasn't been used in probably 15 years.
Well, that's wild. Drink some tea at the volleyball court. Well, yeah. As we know, there are tea enthusiasts out there.
Of course, there really is. But these are pretty old. I'm not sure how, but I'm still looking them up to see what I can find. By the way, that little man that Shannon found, I don't know if she told you or not. 1959 original Thomas the Train Mr. Conductor.
So for one, Thomas the Train's freaking sweet because Thomas the Train's multi-generational, and like I grew up with that. I mean, I think there's still episodes going on now. That's cool. Yeah. That's a cool like one of those nostalgia things.
Absolutely. And I have not seen anybody else find anything like that at all anywhere.
It was in such good condition. I mean, it wasn't chewed up. It wasn't like it was.
It had one place where the shoe was, where it looks like his toes are coming through. But other than that, man, it just was muddy. That was it. But I was just so surprised that they came up in 1959. And it's funny. It's right next to we found it right next to that train station.
Oh my God, that is kind of like a weird
Yeah.
Connection. I always call them weird connections, just things that like connect weirdly, for whatever, however they connect.
It really is. And, I don't know. Shannon, I'm just going to put this out there. Shannon is a better magnet fisher than I am. She's better than a lot of guys that I know that I've seen. She can find stuff. That's not even funny, man. I mean, she found our first revolver, which we cannot talk about on YouTube because as soon as we talk about what they are, we got banned a couple weeks ago. Not banned, but we got blocked and taken off.
If this transmission quickly ends, if this live quickly ends, folks, we know why now.
Well, do you know me and Graham Capstick talked for about another 10, 15 minutes before we realized we weren't on live anymore.
It just kept on going.
Yeah. I don't know if you know Graham. He's from the UK as well. He's from Magnets Away. Mm-hmm. He just got that I think it's called Mega Cube or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he found a bang stick and showed it. And boom, as soon as he showed it, somebody complained, and boom, it was taken off the air.
It makes you wonder. It's like if you get one complaint, it seems like they just shut it down. It's like, well, there's always someone that ain't gonna like something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you honestly get two before you're shutting stuff down?
I'm sorry, brother. I couldn't hear you over my grandson. What was that?
Oh no, I was just saying it's just crazy how they seem to shut things down so quick.
Oh, I know it, and it Shannon hit the nail right on the head. Somebody was there that does not like us, and they complained. And I mean, I know who it was, and most people that was there knew who it was. But I'm not going to get into that because I don't spread negativity. But it's nobody that comes around much anymore, anyway, on our stuff. But be that as it may, yeah, you got to be careful what you show and what you talk about, because there are people watching and listening. And do you know what I love about Saturday mornings? I get all kind of religious fanatics knocking on my door.
Really?
Yeah, I had 3 or 4 that popped in this morning while I was sitting out here, just trying to relax a little bit. I was like, oh man, I'm not the person you want to talk to about that, because I went to seminary for 4 years.
Oh wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I was a Baptist preacher for a few years, and I still marry people every once in a while, and I know you do the same. You're with University
Church.
Yeah, Shannon and I both got ordained through them as well. Mm-hmm. But I'm also ordained through the Southern Baptist. The Independent Baptist churches in Kentucky. But it was just, I get all kinds of different religions coming to my door on Saturday mornings. It's crazy what they'll leave at your doorstep, man.
Mm-hmm. I would come up to the door. It's like, excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about the Titan Kratos?
There you go. That would be what I would do too.
Here's this pamphlet, some artist renditions that were,
Hey, we got Terry and Paul from Northampton here.
Hey, what's up, Bob Kraft? Yeah.
Bob Kraft is in the house. Cape Cod said he's a reverend too.
Yeah, I like marrying people. I got my next wedding isn't coming up for a while, not until October. But I love October weddings. I love them all, but October weddings are fun. Just because I'm a redhead and I'm not sweating in that suit,
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that especially these outdoor weddings. I get a lot of the outdoor weddings that I've done, and everybody wants to do it in the summertime when a fat guy sweats. The best thing I ever saw at a wedding, though, Shannon and I was just getting there, and we sat down at a picnic table, and these 3 Kardashians came walking up. You know the type. And they all 3 fell at the same time, because they're, how the big tall high heels, they go clip clop. One of them in the center fell, or was getting ready to fall, and then the other 2 went with her, and all 3 of them fell, and there was nothing but granny panties in the air.
Oh my goodness.
It was hilarious. But they're the Kardashian type, they're tins, but they're all plastic.
Yeah, it's kind of like RoboCop.
Yeah. No offense to nobody in here, but it was just funny to me. But yeah, we had a really good time down there, man. Nashville. I tell you one thing though, the one thing I don't like about it is the roads. I cannot stand the roads going through Kentucky, going down to Nashville are terrible.
If it ever gets held in Pittsburgh, George, you will probably go crazy then. Our roads are very, very crazy and very hard to navigate. It was almost a little reminiscent going down there. It's like, oh, it kind of feels like home a little bit because this is crazy. But one of the big things with Pittsburgh, a lot of people complain about is the road system and how like your GPS will just be like all of a sudden, okay, make a right here. You have to cross 5 lanes in 2 seconds. It's like, how is it? It's like you have to be a local to know because stuff the way it's made. It's just, it's a lot with our topography out here too.
Well, our GPS one time, I don't know where we was down there, but it said, I'll keep an eye out for that. What?
Mm-hmm. But I have a feeling Bob and Busby both been in Pittsburgh before, because you're pretty much right. And the
yeah, Busby said you need a front end alignment after one trip.
Mm-hmm. That's true too. Yep, no doubt. So I was sitting like I was trying to find like when we were down there and like people were finding stuff, and it was like trying to keep track of all the finds, but it was like so wild and so many people, you kind of got like lost a little bit, and you would end up. So I was curious, like looking around to see what other folks found, and I did see some folks find some which were pretty cool. Roller skate was cool, and then the hatchet was really cool. But for me, like the coolest thing I found, besides like pulling up like tons and tons of scrap, which was my main mission, but I did find a crazy old horseshoe down there, which you sit there and start putting 2 and 2 together. You're in the middle of the city finding horseshoes, especially an old one. You know what I mean? And we're starting to touch. We're touching history a little bit, I think. And I was like, sweet,
Yeah, absolutely. But when we got back, we took a day or two off, and when we went back at it, first with the metal detecting, then last couple days with magnet fishing, and Shannon, Miss Magnet Fisher herself, Miss Artemis,
party.
She found this.
Whoa! Oh yeah, sled was a sled. What? Yeah.
It's a blacksmith hammer.
Yeah. I thought it was a little sledgehammer until I started looking at it a little bit. Like, yeah, that's something different.
That's a blacksmith hammer, and
girl.
Tell you what, brother, this is probably from the late 1800s. I'm still looking at it. I found a couple pictures that match it from like 1890s. That's one thing I love to do is the research.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this was on our bucket list. We've gotten hammers before, but never a blacksmith hammer, or they're called furrier's hammers for the shoes and bending horseshoes. And it makes sense because we found that wagon wheel, and we also found the bolster to a wagon right there in the same area. And everything that I was able to date the wagon wheel through the bolster, which is the underneath of the wagon. That was before they had springs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to date that between 1830 to 1880.
That's cool when you're tapping a little that far back. Ooh, I start getting the tingles there.
Especially in America. I mean, and over in England,
it's different. Yeah,
it's a lot different. And
are UK friends over there? Like, is that all? Yeah, it's a little different over here.
Yeah, and I was talking to Nigel, I think a couple days ago, right after she had found it. He said, blacksmith hammer. And I was like, yeah. he said, those are pretty common over here. I said, well, they're not common over here. I said, I don't know of anybody around here that's found one.
Mhm.
He said, yeah. He said, I take it for granted because of the history. The history goes back so far in England. Do you know that you are only the second American we've had on here?
Wow, that is kind of crazy. You've been doing lives for a while.
Yeah, we started this. We wanted to do something different where we just have conversations with one-on-one with the person like this, not bring a whole bunch of people up, because you bring a whole bunch of people up, it gets confusing and you can't hear what's going on. Not talking bad about anybody's life. I'm just saying, for us personally, we want to get to know the other person.
Yeah.
And we thought about it and we said, we've got a lot of friends over here, but we've also got a whole lot of friends over there in the UK. And to be honest with you, and I'm not saying anything bad or just disparaging about this country, most of our subscribers are in the UK. And I wanted to bridge the gap between the US and the UK because a lot of people don't know what's actually going on over there.
Yeah, and that was cool seeing some of our UK friends come on down. We had we got what's this side and this side, Northern's, there it is. Yep, hanging out with Lee, Sonic, Ray. I mean,
yeah. Let's get magnetic. What's up, brother?
Yeah. And LGM, I know I'm getting your magnets mailed out this weekend. I actually just came back from an archaeology dig. So after the event, I had like not really a day of rest, but it was like a day of like, well, I catch up on like the Kratos stuff, you know what I mean? Because Kratos never stops. Right. And then I went out on a dig, and I just came back yesterday.
Well, I was wondering if you was going straight out to a dig or what. A lot of people may not know, like you said earlier, you're an archaeologist, and but you're also you're a magnet fisher that loves magnets so much you wanted to create one yourself, and that's amazing to me. But I also wanted to touch base on this. I wanted to thank you personally for everything you did for us down there at Nashville. You really took care of us, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate that.
That's what friends, family do, bro. You know what I mean? It's just natural stuff. That's all. Ain't even nothing to thank, man. I just, it's like a Team Kratos, bro. That's the way. It's the way the Earth rotates. It's just the way it is. It's how it goes. That's how we beat each other.
Well, I really do appreciate that, and Shannon, I know Shannon does. She was in tears about it. She'll cry at the opening of Walmart, brother.
Well, it's
actually no, she doesn't.
Nice I tell you, I gave her a big hug.
Yeah, actually no, she doesn't. I'm the one that cries. I'm very sentimental, but I will cry at opening of a Walmart. Gotta watch what I say because she's probably watching in the shadows somewhere. But it was such the day after the first day, the second day of the event, man, was so good. We just put our magnets down and said, you know what, let's go talk to people and meet people.
There was several people that took that approach of like, you know what, like the energy, the people that are just here, just catching up because you are in person. I've seen a lot of folks, just talking and enjoying each other's company. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a blast. I tell you, one of the highlights for me though was the seated magnet throw.
Oh, so I'm going to tell you what, George, a lot of props because I thought I had a nice throw when I did the standing throw. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, that was a good throw. And then when you sit down and put yourself in a different perspective of someone else, and then you're like, oh man, George just like threw that thing way further than me. He launched that son. Because now I'm dancing in your land. You know what I mean?
It's different. See, I've only thrown a magnet standing up when I'm on a bridge. where I can hang on to the rail. Only time I ever stood up and threw a magnet. I've never thrown from the bank standing up because I don't know what that feels like.
Yeah.
And I respect everybody, like yourself, that can stand and throw it. And honestly, it makes me jealous. But then I get to setting down. I'm like, well, hell, not many people can do what I'm doing either.
Nope. Nope.
And it's a different world from both perspectives. Especially, I mean, Johnny's got a torn rotator cuff. I've got a torn rotator cuff.
Hopefully you got that thing on some ice, Johnny, out there.
I'm just glad that I throw left-handed.
Oh wait, so you're a lefty?
I'm a lefty, but I can throw either side, and I prefer throwing on my right side. But I throw well with my left side, so I write everything left-handed.
Oh man, what a gift! I am so right hand, I cannot write with my left hand. I can't. I don't even. I really can't do anything with it. It just kind of hangs out my left hand. You know what I mean? It's there in case I'm about to fall, or maybe to hold like a rope, or help hold a magnet while I pull something off with my. It's there to hold my magnet basically, so I can pull something off with my right hand. Yeah, like that's crazy. And I always thought it was just just going to show like how. It's just people with their gifts, you know what I mean? Everyone has their gifts in this world, and it's like, I could never do that.
I think Jared is left-handed as well. I think I saw him throwing lefty as well. But here's something that not really bugs me, but it just, it does bug me. Like when people get their magnets stuck together, why is it they sit there and just pull and pull and pull? When they can't be pulled apart, they have to be jerked. It has to have a little slack in the rope and jerk it off.
Yeah. So embarrassing rookie mistake by Benny D. I wasn't paying attention, and I had my magnets with my cover were together. So the cover's nice because you can put magnets in a bucket and you can pull them apart. I took them out of the cover, set them on the steps, and getting a little jazz, not paying attention. I go to show, and I had two Titans with like this, they just slapped together, and it was like before even the first toss out, and I'm like, son of a gun, is this how I'm starting the event? You know what I mean? Like Tim go, look, hey, I went around like this, like looking, anyone see him? No one's seen him. Oh man, it's like
it happens.
Together, keep them separated.
We were putting the magnets in the car to go, and I don't know about you, but when I go someplace new, I carry the Titan, and Shannon takes the Artemis, but we also have two clamp magnets we take to throw out just to test the waters, and so we had four good sized magnets, and two of the best magnets out there, the Artemis and the Titan, and then we had the two clamp magnets, and we also had three magnets in a box that we gave away while we were down there, or Johnny gave away for us while we were down there. So we had like we had 7 magnets in the back of the car, so we had to pack those very carefully.
Yeah, I'm fortunate to where like I bring down. I have my favorites. I brought down the 2000 single sided. I brought down the Orion clamp. I brought down 2 Titans. One of them was a Midas edition, and one was the OG Titan, the first prototype Titan ever. I still toss that thing.
That's the one I got.
And then I brought a big boy down. I brought down the Kraken, which is a 3,800-pound clamp.
Yeah, so, I know.
After the Titans got stuck, I said, well, I started dipping a little bit with the 2000. I was like, just bust out there. Time to release the Kraken, dude. Just release the Kraken, bro. And so that's what I did. I just released that Kraken. And what was cool is like I ended up just like leaving my magnet. I don't know what I was doing, running around doing something. There was some just bystander who was just like, because we had bystanders, like we had folks down there checking us out, interested. It was so cool. He just grabbed up and started cleaning up the waterways, and I was just like, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Dude was just like, I'm coming, and he was happy. He's pulling out scrap and pulling out stuff, and he was just so happy. Like, look at this big stuff pulling up. And I was like, oh yeah, like this guy sees what, yeah, like. You know, his friends were like trying to go to the bar. He's like, hold on a minute. We're going to try to get this crack, because he got the Kraken stuck on. There's some kind of weird thing down there. He's like, hold on. We're trying to get this free. And it was like, this is awesome. You just have people just coming on down from, so cool.
Yeah. We had the same thing going on over there. We was on the ramp and we had the same thing. I couldn't tell you how many people stopping by asking. We gave out every sticker we had with us down there, and most of them went to bystanders. And they were really enjoying it. They were curious. We had two or three girls that wanted to throw and pull in, and we let them use our magnets, and they were just very interested. And that's what's so cool is. You still in this day and age, you still get people like, what in the hell are y'all doing? And then you explain it to them, and they're like, oh man, that's cool. That's awesome, man. Y'all, taking care of the waterways and again, that's what it's all about for us, most importantly. And I don't know if I told you this before, but when we pulled those 1,000 brake pads out of that one little area, we had the EPA and the Fish and Wildlife out there. They brought scientists, and they said that Kentucky is some of the nastiest waters in the United States.
Oh, wow. So don't drink from the stream is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've seen in that river we fish all the time. Like I said, we'll never have to go anywhere else because it's like 12 miles a stretch we can fish. I've seen green foam pop up. I've seen orange foam pop up, and I have no idea what that's coming from.
Yeah. It's weird here where I'm from because we'll have stock trout streams, and then we'll have mine runoff streams. So it's weird. It's like, it's a weird mix depending on where you're at in our area. Like I said, sometimes there'll be trout living in streams. It's like, wow, this is awesome. Because I trout fish, but in some of when you get closer to the main rivers, I think the limit's like you're supposed to eat one catfish a year. I don't know if I would even eat that one, because of the mercury or whatever.
Yeah, it's the same around here. I mean, in this little river or little stream or whatever you want to call it, there are bass, largemouth, smallmouth, crappie, bluegill, catfish like crazy. But I would not eat not a single one of them that are in there.
Judy made a good point in the chat. Some learn by watching and some by doing. I bet it was fun seeing all interest. That's a very true statement. Some people want to see it first, and that's why Global Magnet Fishing Day, I was trying to get people who would be interested. Because once folks see you, like once that dude seen us throw them magnets coming down, he ran on down and was down to try it out. So some folks just need to see it first, and that's how they learn. I'm kind of like that, I want to watch that Google video or either the YouTube video, someone doing something first before I do it. I don't just like jump into it. So yeah, that's a very true statement. Good point there.
Yeah, absolutely. We had actually military people stopping and asking us questions, and I thought that was really cool. And they were older gentlemen. They were in Vietnam, and they didn't want to be on camera or anything, but they were cool, and we met a lot of just bystanders there. But what's funny is we got back. I think it was just a couple of days ago. We went fishing, and we had 6 kids ranging from probably, I'd say 10 to 18 years old. and they basically took over Shannon and my magnet for an hour.
Hey, that makes my heart so big right there to hear that there's the next like that, because that is the truth. Like times be changing, stuff be changing. The next generation getting out there, and that's the same with a lot of hobbies, whether it's hunting or some of those just weird things, just the way things are, like doing outdoor stuff, or just time. It's good to see the next generation out there and seeing that interest, no doubt, and doing anything, just out there, doing stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sorry, I got somebody in the chat that said their name is Rivers. Said I met you in Shelbyville last year. Okay, Rivers. I'm not sure exactly who you might be. Maybe you can refresh my memory. Johnny said, thanks to George and Shannon, two newbies are now tossing out there somewhere, and they were just watching everyone out in the water. Well,
Props, and cool props to you guys for that magnet donation. That is so cool.
Brother, they were just sitting there rusting in the garage, and I love my magnets, but there was three that are just great for beginners that kind of like the ones we started on, and like I always say, all magnets do the same thing, regardless of who you're with or whatever. I'm Team Kratos, and I will always be Team Kratos to the day I die. But I'll not down anybody else's magnet.
No, and that's not the Team Kratos way. It's not even, like I said, it's bigger than we're all here cleaning up these waterways, doing what we do. Healthy exercise, healthy mental stuff getting out there. Good for ourselves. Yeah, it's bigger and what brand magnet you toss. I like saying the whole world's Team Kratos because we all, if we all believe in what's right, it's the common mission.
Yeah, that's the purpose, the common mission. And the thing of it is, there's several missions that go along with it. Besides cleaning the waterways, picking up garbage along the way and leaving an area better than when you got there. That's the main thing. But I'm a wildlife person. I used to hunt. Now I do it with a camera. I love my ducks. I love my geese. The types of animals that we see. Man, we got otters down here in our river.
So cool.
We got beavers. We've got groundhogs, man. The size of basketballs, man. These things are huge and fat.
We call them whistle pigs here. Do you guys ever call them whistle pigs?
I've heard that. A bunch of times. My dad used to say that. Man, we got squirrels down here that you wouldn't believe the size of them.
Do you have any of the black squirrels down there? I guess they're like a rare, and they pop clustered here and there.
I've never seen the black squirrels. No, I know what you're talking about. I've never seen them here.
In Philadelphia, they have I guess there's a little area where it's Philadelphia. And then there's a place right where I was hunting in Nesta. And it was just oh my goodness, it's like a dominant gene, but they're very pocketed. It's very, very cool to see. Just pretty, you like watch. I like watching like animals.
Yeah, birds are my thing, man. I love watching birds. I can sit outside down there at the creek, man, and just sit there. I don't have to throw a magnet. I can just listen.
Yeah. Do you have a bird feeder, George?
Yeah, we got hummingbird feeders out here now. Unfortunately, the hummingbirds didn't come back this year. They were here for about 2 or 3 years. And unfortunately, that's their lifespan is 2 or 3 years. Then you get a new cluster that comes in eventually, and that's they haven't come back this year, so that means they're probably dead. But that's part of life.
Yeah.
But the one thing I don't know if you saw it or not, we got bear here now.
Wait, they're creeping. So you didn't have them before, but now they're creeping down into the area.
I have never seen bear tracks in my life here in Shelbyville, and the area I'm talking about is like less than 2 blocks from the city.
I had a crazy bear encounter when I was out doing an archaeology survey one time. Freaked me out. Like the bear act like it was a black bear and acted very not like a typical black bear would. It ended up starting to chase me and my colleague down, my buddy. It was pretty crazy. Luckily, we weren't too far from the truck, but I tell you what, some of y'all probably met me down the event and seen Benny. You'd have been awfully impressed by the speed I was sprinting to that truck. you would have been like, holy smoke, was that Flo Joe just ran by here? I was like, whoo, whoo, whoo.
Well, that's what's crazy to me, man. I mean, like I said, it's about 2 city blocks from the city where we found this track. And we were looking at him like, what? It's too big for a canine. And I said, there are no big cats here because, I mean, the biggest kind of cat we got here is my next door neighbors,
Yeah.
But so we took a picture of it. The thing was big. It's about 2 inches bigger than my hand, and I've got big hands.
Oh yeah, that's not a kitty.
Yeah, and so we narrowed it down to a bear, and I'm like, there's no way a bear is out here. And so I ended up calling the Fish and Wildlife and showed them the picture. And they said, oh, yeah, there have been bears in Shelbyville now going through there for the past 8 or 10 years. And I'm like, what? In this area? I'm out here almost 3 or 4 times a week, man.
Bob says he has one in his backyard every Wednesday. Yeah, man, you better hide those Cinnabons, bro.
Oh, no kidding, bro. Hang them up in a tree or something. Busby's.
Yeah, well, it was real weird.
Starting to move north. Yeah.
Well, yeah, just just weird.
It comes every day.
Pattern changes.
What just happened on StreamYard?
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, every once in a while, we don't have it too much here in Pittsburgh. You have to we travel far away to really see them. But every once in a while, you get that that just wandering bear that just it'll be in the middle of the city swimming across the river, and it's like, whoa, got lost. Should have made a left at Albuquerque, not a right.
I love a Looney Tunes fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I grew up on the Looney Tunes, That and Scooby Doo. Until I was older, I figured out what those meddling kids were up to. I kind of pieced it together, like, oh, I get it now.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I saw a movie one time. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, those are my favorites. Scooby Doo and Looney Tunes. I mean, but I go way back, man. I go back to Quick Draw McGraw and Huckleberry Hound.
So one of the nerdy things I do, George, is I collect animation cells. So all these cartoons that are more modern, they're all digital. But back what we're referencing and talking to about the Looney Tunes and stuff, some people don't even really know, those were all hand painted. Each individual motion was a hand-painted piece of artwork put together to create movement. So there's all those cool old cartoons and stuff. Each scene was hand-painted. So I collect those things. I have a couple good ones. I got some the old Looney Tunes, Droopy. We all love Droopy.
Oh yeah, Droopy. That Droopy dog was great. Underdog. I like Hong Kong Phooey as well.
Yeah. So
A quick note on Hong Kong Phooey. Do you know who voiced that?
no.
A man by the name of Scatman Crothers. Do you remember the movie The Shining?
Oh yeah. Yep. Classic. Come on. Yep.
Okay. Do you remember the caretaker that was there?
Yeah. Yeah.
The black gentleman.
That was that was no way.
That was Hong Kong Phooey. That was Scatman Crothers.
That's cool. You know that movie had a sequel, and it was okay. I'm trying to think. What was Doctor Sleep or something?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not a fan of the newer stuff. I really didn't watch those. The Sleeper, I think it was called. I couldn't. If it's not Jack Nicholson playing in The Shining, it's not The Shining to me.
Makes sense. Yeah. Do my
Jack Nicholson face. There were so many older movies that he was in. But yeah, it was Scatman Crothers. And going back to Looney Tunes, the person that voiced most of those old Looney Tunes guys was a guy by the name of Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
I'm a history buff, brother.
Well, it's crazy to do all those voices. You know?
Yeah, he could do. I mean, he did hundreds, if not thousands, of voices. And I think he died probably back in the 70s, maybe. I'm not sure, 70s or 80s. But he went on for a very long time. And did you know that the voice of Woody Woodpecker originally was a woman?
No.
Yep.
So, well, I heard. All right, George. Well, I got to bust out at least some kind of fact here because you know all this data. What I heard was, and this is more modern. We're going a little bit modern, but that Mark Hamill voiced all the Jokers and all the animated series of like the Batmans and stuff like that. I heard that.
Yes, he did.
It's true.
Yes, I heard that. I heard the same thing. I watched one recently that had Mark Hamill voicing. I guess it was the Joker or somebody. I looked in the credit. I looked looking in the credits. It said Mark Hamill. I said, "No way."
Muddy Mess said the book Doctor Sleep is so much better than the movie.
Okay.
Most of the times.
Okay, Gerd, you take care, honey. I'm glad you stopped in.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Cleaning out the house, Saturday clean on. I get that.
Now, My Muddy Mess is that the lady from Lawrenceburg? Is that from Lawrenceburg? Is she from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky?
I'm not sure exactly where Ann's from.
Oh, that was hot.
It was a pleasure to give Ann a hug down there. My Muddy Mess.
That was Hot Mess I'm talking about, I think.
Hot Mess Magnificent. That first day when it was a little hotter, I was a hot mess too.
I was. But did you know that I did not realize that we had someone as close to us as her? That Lawrenceburg is only like 25 miles from us.
Yeah, I was poor Ann. Once I found out she had like a knife to cut something because I didn't have mine with me, I harassed her probably the whole event. I'm sorry, Anna. Thank you. My Muddy Mess rules. I would be like, oh, I need a knife. I'd see Ann off in the distance. I'd go, Ann, can I borrow your blade again? She's like, yeah. I think she started keeping it off of her key. Like she realized after a while and just started like making it accessible. She's like, Benny's probably going to ask for this again.
Yeah, probably. Johnny says Alicia and Claudia are awesome. So that's Hot Mess, I guess.
Yeah, so great seeing you down there, Ann. It was awesome.
Johnny said Hot Mess is the one from Kentucky. Okay. And Muddy Mess is Illinois. Okay.
Like I said, I know I was a muddy mess and a hot mess. So, am I an honorary member of Muddy Mess, and hopefully Hot Mess gives me an honorary membership too.
Brother, we were a sweaty, bubbly mess. We were swamp butt. is what we was.
Oh, hey, I can't believe they let us into that establishment to do the bull riding. I mean, we had to look like a bunch of like walkers coming because we're so dirty. I mean, you know, it was almost like
We were all muddy and filthy, looking like I don't know what, man. We 3 or 4 of us had on ponchos that were soaking wet, rubbing up against everybody.
Oh yeah, we just all rolled in there, and it was just like, you know, yeah, like people had their. I mean, because people are going there, like go out because it's Nashville, folks. It's like Nashville. It's booming down there. It's crazy, and we go in because we raise money for the bull ride. Colt and Sonic, which check out their videos if you haven't seen it. Oh my OMG, so funny. Highly impressed with Sonic and Colt. Good job, boys.
Yeah, we also got a video of that as well. Of Colt and Bush or Sonic and the one girl that did it right after Colt. We got her on there too. Don't know who she was.
Yeah, I chickened out. I should have did it too. I was like, I'll go. But I was like, them guys did so good. I was like, oh, I'd like fall off after 2 seconds.
Well, back before I got disabled, I did ride one. We brought one to where to a location that I worked at, and we had a just a picnic for everybody, and we brought in a bull, and I rode it. And I wanted to ride that one in Tennessee, but there was no way I could get across those mats without having to crawl, you know, to get up there. But I was more interested in having a beer with you anyway.
Oh yeah, hey, well, what a pleasure! Like it was nice to have like that like couple second like time freeze because you know, like, if you've been to these events and stuff, it's just like there's so much going on, so much people. It is fast paced, fast paced, but it was cool for us because we had a quick moment of zen.
Yeah, and you know, Shannon enjoyed that as well. Boy, that drink that Shannon got, she got a screwdriver, brother. Let me tell you what, that waitress hooked her up.
Yeah.
I took a drink of it, man. I was like, "Oh, wow!"
Was it just a splash of OJ in there?
Yeah, I hadn't had vodka in 20 years, probably. And it hit her pretty hard, but it hit me pretty good too. But I was looking at they had the menu there, and I see that you got the Yingling, and I was going to get there because it's what I used to drink way back when.
America's oldest brewery, the PA beer.
Yep, it's a wonderful beer, man.
Yeah,
you know they don't even sell that around here where I'm at.
No. So Yingling, is popular as it is, and as it has grown, it's still not available everywhere. And it's like an amber kind of beer. It's not like a light beer, but it doesn't taste heavy. So when I would go out to like different states doing archaeology, and there'd be crews from all over the country meeting up, I used to do the Yingling run because it's a good beer. And people would be like, bring me back a case of Yingling because, you know, I'm from Pittsburgh, I can get it. So I would go out on these archaeology jobs with like my little beater truck, and I would just have like that thing full of like archaeology equipment and cases of Yingling. How do you explain that to the cops? You get pulled over? I don't know, but you know, sir, trust me, I'm a scientist.
Believe me, I am a scientist. That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But I started drinking Blue Moon probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I really like it as well.
Mm-hmm. Blue Moon's good. Blue Moon's. Hi, Maddie. Yeah. Hey, Maddie made this for me. Guys.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she's in the chat.
Maddie says she wants to thank everyone for coming and supporting and coming together and rocking it out at the park. You all rock it. Team Kratos family. Yeah, that's awesome. It was a great time. Like I said, meeting the people was the best time for us, I believe. People that we never thought we would ever get to meet, and you know,
it's difficult for Shannon and I to travel because of our disability, and 3 or 4 hours in a car is about all we can do at one time. So it was nice to have it. It was nice to have it close by.
Yeah, that's and that is good. What about venues change here and there because everyone's limited by their own life. I mean, life's life, and it's like it's not certain to see folks who wouldn't be able to come if it was here, there, wherever. That's what was really cool too. It was like just seeing folks who you might not see. So yeah, that was nice.
Hello, Talca. I'm glad to see you here, brother.
What's up? Welcome to the party.
Talca detector. He is a metal detector.
Mm-hmm. So
Cool
like,
challenge.
For me, so it's like metal detecting is a big part of archaeology. So I kind of always did like metal detecting and archaeology. And then for my hobby, was doing magnet fishing randomly. So that's kind of how I got started around. But metal detecting, been doing that for a long time. I love metal detecting. I kind of am lucky because I get to do like the battlefields and stuff because I get to go to some pretty cool spots when I do metal detecting.
Talca is in Chile.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah. He's been coming on for the last 3 or 4 lives, I think. Very cool guy. No, Busby, we did not see the dam at Percy Priest Road. We looked all over the place on Percy Priest. I don't know, brother. I couldn't tell you where it was. The thing we did find was we found La Hacienda Mexican restaurant, and I had a pitcher of beer.
Yeah.
And we also found Sal's Italian restaurant, and I'm going to tell you what, best pizza ever had.
Was it good? Oh yeah. That, and I seen that on your you repped them on. You said it was good.
Yeah. I put it on Facebook and talked to the guy that owns it for about a half hour on the phone, and he just a wonderful person. Man, we got a medium pizza, New York style pizza, and it was the size of a car tire.
Yeah, that's what I love pizza, and I'm like I think I'm like you, George, where it's like I know you different judging with good pizza. It's like, oh, this is a good one. Like I know the difference between a bad and a good one because I eat so much of it. For me.
I just Shannon is a pizza connoisseur more than I am, and she's had pizza from all over the place, and she said it's the best that she's ever had, and I know it's the best that I've ever had. But I mean, and there's so many nice restaurants down there, and just really nice people. Like you said, the people at the bar were really cool.
Yes.
And what's funny to me, and is Chris Shibbick still in here? I hope, because I'm going to say it again to him. I sent him a picture of somebody yesterday, I think it was, but Shannon, myself, and Benny saw Ghost in Nashville. We saw 2 ghosts in Nashville. One of them, we saw the ghost of Toby Keith in that bar singing. And the other one was the ghost of Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig. And that belonged to Chris Shibbick. I hope he doesn't get mad at me for continuing to say that.
So Chris is a cool guy, and he's actually lives not too far from me. So me and Chris hook up rather frequently to go have some Kratos business meetings down at the local. To shoot the breeze and just catch up and if you are in here, Chris, man, props, dude, because you seen I was stuck on. You seen that Kraken was latched on, and you came over and helped me out because you seen I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean,
so we did a little Team Kratos teamwork, And yeah, he came right over, and that's the true Team Kratos spirit, and that's one thing about the event as well. Honestly, is like I like when I see the Team Kratos spirit, and I started all this stuff, not because it was like what magnets we throw, we talked about shorts, like, it's because we're all here for common goal, clean up waterways, helping each other, promoting each other, sending positive messages out there, working together for this common cause. And and when people got their magnets stuck, you would just see folks coming down from like they seen there was an issue, and it was just like, that's what I'm talking about. That's the family kind of stuff I'm talking about. People just come on down and help you out. It wasn't not like, oh, you're stuck, that's your problem. No, we seen there was issues, and and there's people down there working on getting magnets stuck for a while. There's Poseidon still lost down there.
Yeah, I think there was 3 or 4 magnets that got stuck or lost.
Yep.
And,
there was like I said, my Kraken got stuck twice. I was able to get it out, but I know that man, there was a Poseidon down there that bit hard on something, and that's one of the things when you throw in those big crazy magnets, and that's why I knew when I was throwing the Kraken that I'd be dealing with some issues here and there. It only happened twice, which was good. That's why sometimes it is nice, like to throw magnets like Artemis, or even a Titan, because like I tend to throw like Poseidon. Sometimes I throw Poseidon and that Kraken, but it's like they bite, and you got to deal with that. That's why sometimes it's nice
that's just part of magnet fishing. I'll tell you what, and I told this to Johnny. One of those magnets that we gave away, I'll go ahead and say what it was. It was an Amazon. Single-sided, and it pulled up magnet, and it pulled up a fire hydrant. I don't know if you've ever pulled up a fire hydrant before. They're heavy. And this thing got
I can imagine. I used to shower in one back when I was younger.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, but, grew up in a rough place.
Well, I have been through Pittsburgh years and years ago. It's a great town, I'm sure. I don't know if it's like it was back then.
No, it's definitely not the, remember, that's the Steel City. A lot of things changed.
Yeah.
But what is cool is Pittsburgh's known as the city of rivers. So it's like we have so many magnet fish, and this is I'm sure there's a lot of places that have it, but it is cool because we do have so many, the 3 rivers combined right there, and we have a secret river that's underground. So actually there's 4. But
wow.
But I haven't found a way to magnet fish that one yet, and plus there's probably nothing there anyway because it's like the aquifer underneath. But it is cool. And not too long ago, I was with the Magnetizer, Zan, and with Outdoor Influencer, and we were tearing it up down Pittsburgh. And I don't know if you're out there somewhere, Outdoor Influencer, but me, Janny, the Outdoor Influencer, we were out on top of a rooftop bar at the last night in Nashville, having some fun.
I bet you were.
Yeah. I was like, come on, Jeff, let's go do some fireball here. Let's get that throat.
God, fireballs! I remember those.
Yeah,
hey, listen, I wanted to ask you something before we got off here. We've been on for hour and 15 minutes. We can go as long as you want.
I'm good whenever.
Yeah, however long you want to stay on. I wanted to ask you though, what is the best thing you found in archaeology? Or most historic, whatever you.
So in archaeology, it's a little the thinking's a little different. So when I've worked on burial mounds, which are really cool. And of course we and the reason's like, wow, you're working on burials. Well, that's because they were putting something in and stuff had to be removed, just the way the things worked out. So we respectively found the site, removed what we did. So I mean, but that was cool. But one of the coolest finds, one of the things that archaeologists are very interested in is, sure, we have like cool like projectile points, artifacts, stuff like that. But what really gets me excited, like what I'm hunting for out there, are fire pits. So why are fire pits so important? I'm hunting for these fire pits because they give me evidence of what folks were eating. They do throw their projectile points in there. You know, think of it. What do you do when you're hanging around the fire? How many Bud Light caps you got in there? Well, think of what was a Bud Light cap back then. It's the same kind of thing. Like, some things with humans are the same. You're throwing stuff in the fire. So what we do is, when we call them thermal features. When we find them, we excavate half of them, sift them, and then the other half we send to people who are a lot smarter than me, and they'll do an analysis of seeds and stuff. So where are you going with this, Manny? The coolest thing I found, and I'll let you go, is like, we actually found evidence of when they were beginning horticulture in Virginia. So we found the earliest evidence in the state where they were starting to domesticate plants and stuff. So to me, what I'm looking for out the archaeology is like, I'm trying to add to the record, trying to add something we don't know, so we could piece this crazy stuff before stuff was written down, so we could try to piece it together, so we can know more about ourselves as humans, and also so that, you know, certain cultures can learn more about themselves as well, as they're building infrastructure and stuff, because that's what I do. When they're building gas pipelines or whatever, I go in and kind of clear the area. So for me, that was the coolest find. Did I find crazy points, beautiful points? Did I find awesome, like, I mean, I found so much crazy stuff, yeah. But when you're able to add something to the scientific record, that's what I'm chasing. And that's the bee's knees to me. So that, if you want to say, like, that was my coolest find, because people be citing my work on that site.
I understand that. Now, Shannon and I overheard a conversation on one of the lives. I don't remember whose it was or when it was, but you made the statement that you were up for Josh Gates's job.
Well, wasn't offered. So here's the thing. So there's that job was posted, like, in our archaeology world, we have job billboards, you know, because there's not many archaeologists out there, folks. We're, you know, it's like everyone probably knows a painter. Everyone probably knows this and that. I don't know how many more archaeologists you know, unless you know Pond Scum Magnificent. She's an archaeologist, but we're few and far between. So we have a local job board posting that we all look at. And one of the jobs was for this program. It was on Discovery or Channel, whatever he started off with. And it was for, like, to be a host, and you had to have, like, a personality, this, and that. And so I did apply for it. They never called me back. Their loss. But what is cool is, like, one of my friends was on, I think it was Diggers. It was on Diggers. So he was the archaeologist that, when they were doing that with Ringy and what's his name, he was the archaeologist that, two of my friends actually were the archaeologists that would go through their finds at the end of that show. Dr. Henshaw and Michael Durkin.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I tried to get my TV fame, and I was like, you know what? I'm going back to what I know, magnets.
I understand that, but, you know, I watch Josh Gates's show. It's Expedition Unknown or Expedition, whatever it is. I can sit back, and I have imagined you in that spot, in that situation.
That could have been me. You messed up Discovery or Travel Channel.
It could have been so much a better show if you was there. It would have been so much more different.
Yeah, but yeah, it was fine. Never. But, like, a lot of us applied for it because it was cool. But the truth is about those shows, I'm sure Josh is making money now. But the truth is about those shows, like, my buddies work for Diggers and stuff. You know, you would think you're on TV, money. It really wasn't like that. Like, there was no, you know, TV isn't as in the riches as you think, at least at the beginner level, like where they were. Like I said, I'm sure Josh now, after he has like 7 shows or whatever. I was actually thinking, I seen he was on Cameo. I was like, man, wouldn't that be cool if I got him to do a cameo for Kratos?
Oh, brother, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. And
Mm-hmm.
I would bet that he knows about magnet fishing.
Yeah, yeah. I said I don't know him or anything. I said he's just one of the hundreds of archaeologists applied for that job when we seen it.
I mean, everybody in the comments, what do you think? I know a lot of you have probably seen that show. Can you imagine the difference it would be had Benny been the host of that show? I mean, it would be over the top, brother.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, that was crazy. Yeah, I just could. Well, because me, I get excited very quickly.
Yeah.
So I have like a different kind of like, yeah, it would be fun, but hey, there's nothing else I'd be rather doing anyway. This, I always sit there and laugh at fate, George. Like I'm not gonna lie, there's no other place I'd rather be than here with Team Kratos and with this great community, and with great people. Raising money for such good causes. Just being positive with each other. Let's uplift each other, support one another. That's what. There ain't no other place I'd rather be.
Yeah, that's what it's about. We all started with no subscribers, and we all started off the same way. And if we don't support each other, who's going to support us?
That's right. That's right. And it's simple to really think about. It's like, yeah, it's the first step. You support. All of us support one another. Because we're all here. We all know each other.
Yeah, and it's real easy to get behind a keyboard and type negative crap, be a cyber bully and all that crap. Mm-hmm. But let's just be real here. Let's be real deal here. We are all in the same business, same hobby, if you will, whatever you want to call it. I don't call it a hobby. It's a lifestyle for us.
That's true words right there.
We are all doing the same thing. It don't matter if you got 10 million subscribers or 1 subscriber. Yep. It don't matter. We're all in the same business, let's say, of cleaning up the environment.
Yep. And once you see that, it's so easy. It's once you see that, it's just like, oh yeah.
And all these petty jealousies that are out there. Get over yourselves. It's that simple. Be friendly and have fun.
That's it. That's it. That's a Team Kratos way.
That's all it's about. And that's it. I'm gonna tell you straight up. And Shannon's in another room, probably watching on the computer. Shannon fell in love with you on somebody's live. She fell all over herself just listening to you talk. And she said, he is the realest person I've ever seen on YouTube. and she said, I'm going to reach out to him and we're going to make some changes. And that's what happened.
Yeah, just a magnet fisher out here that, I've known this company, but
well, you're a magnet fisher that loved magnet fishing and wanted to have a great magnet. And like I said, I'm not going to talk about anybody else's magnet, but Kratos is what we use, and Kratos is what we're always going to use. And that's it. That's the bottom line. We will be behind Benny and Kratos.
I appreciate that.
Until we are no more. And then my grandson will be Team Kratos. He already is.
Yeah, get the next generation.
He already loves magnet fishing and metal detecting. So hopefully this summer we can get him out and do some more magnet fishing because he absolutely loves it. He's got his own little video out there now.
I love the videos you send me of. I assume that's who it is, and it's just like Team Kratos, and it's like that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I got him doing that now, and I've got him doing your granny's bit. He's gonna be a little Scottish man, I guess. He's funny. And he he loves to metal. Let me tell you about it. He loves to metal detect.
You got the bug. You got the bug.
Right down the road from us is a place where a bulldozer had piled up a bunch of dirt in a mound, and I'll take him down there because it's safe away from all the cars and stuff. And
Yeah.
he's got a little. We got this little pinpointer. It's a wand pinpointer, and he takes that and uses it as a big metal detector, and he finds just all kinds of little stuff, and he thinks it's cool as can be. He tells me he's got 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
So I made him a little paper YouTube plaque with 1 million subscribers on it, and he tells everybody he's got 1 million subscribers now.
That's awesome. There's I'm going to a magnet fishing event, or not a magnet fishing, a metal detecting event coming up here. The Dig It Dude. If anyone heard about Dig It Dude, I'll be down there this year. Hopefully tickets aren't sold out. Janny and I are going to go on down, and it's a cool metal detecting event. I went there last year, and so at first we did the natural because it was the area was historic. So we did the natural finds, and then what's cool because you do pay to get in to do it, but this is the fun part is then it gets seeded, and then you get to go out and do the seeded hunt. And that was really fun. I had a good time last year. So if anyone's interested, check out Dig It Dude. It's a great thing, and it goes and it's another charity thing. I'll have to double check what is this year. Last year it was the farmers in the county. It was so freaking cool. So if you're into metal detecting and you want to hang on out, I'd love to see you down there. Check out Dig It Dude. It's in New Jersey.
What state is that in?
It's in New Jersey. Probably a little far for you, George.
Yeah, that's it is. Yeah, I'm hoping to find some metal detecting events closer to home. I know there's quite a few metal detectors here in Kentucky, actually.
Yeah.
There's a guy. He's got a YouTube channel. His name is Donnie Laws, and he does the history of Kentucky and mostly Kentucky, but some of Tennessee as well. And he's an older gentleman, and he goes out metal detecting quite a bit. And he also tells stories of the history in Kentucky.
That's cool.
Say hi to Shannon.
Shannon, hi Shannon.
Hello, Benny.
Nice. Yeah, that's much fun meeting you.
Also, big props to your wife, man. She was awesome.
So what a lot of people don't know, and this is the honest to goodness truth, Kratos is a family-run business. It's there's no, like, when you email us, that email comes to me. When you message, like, there's no Becky in accounting, there's no Judy in advertising.
Right.
It's me and Janny. And so God bless Janny, because like I do go out on these digs. Like I say, I was just gone for 3 days. So when I'm gone, she's the one really picking up the slack while I'm out having fun chasing history, right? Thank God she's still with me. So I go out and have fun and chase history. I'm digging all over the country, and when I'm gone, she's dealing with she's really taking care of Kratos, dealing with all of Kratos, and it's like Kratos is not possible without her. And she never like wants any kind of recognition on. She's so behind the scenes of it all, which is crazy, but props to Janny out there. She really does.
Janny's a great person too, and if you've never met her, you need to, because she is awesome. She really helped us out a great deal, and just wonderful to talk to. And she doesn't know a stranger.
And this is the honest to goodness truth. Like, so Janny's been with me on my whole like journey, as like when I went to school for archaeology. Like, we've been together 20 plus years. And then like one day when I was just so fed up with the US's magnet choices, and I was like, enough's enough. I was like, we need 360s, we need clamps. and it was just like, Janny, I'm doing this thing. I really want to do it. You know, it's like, this is my passion. I think we could do better over here. Like, all these folks are having to order across seas for like these like why do we have to do that? This is stupid. Like, you know, because the big brands here were just complacent, and that's what, you know, and that's just what it was. There was no one pushing them to work. There was no one pushing them to go to the next level. Well, it's like, enough's enough. And so that's what I told her. I was like, I got these magnet designs. I had graph paper. I said, see these things? It's like, I think we're going to go forward with this. And she was like, you're turning your hobby into a business? I was like, yeah, because enough's enough. And she supported 100%. Like, I mean, that's kind of crazy. Just because, come on, folks, it's like, you know, it is a crazy industry out there. It is wild. You know, there's no, and for every magnet company owner, yeah, there's like big ones out there, but let's be real, there's like a lot of like medium-sized companies and stuff. Magnet fishing, kudos to every single owner, because it's a hard industry. There's really not that like crazy millions of dollars or nothing. It you know, at least for me, like, you know, it is really driven out of love of the lifestyle. So yeah, it's like totally like crazy to where like she was just like, well, let's do it. And she was like, you're right, let's go. And so like, yeah, she's kind of been like someone who's been behind the scenes for years and years and years. You know, she doesn't do social media or nothing like that. She's just, but there's a lot of folks out there that when their orders come, Janny is the one telling you to be safe, be careful. You know, she writes you a little letter. You know, that's her. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and big kudos to her. I mean, just amazing lady. And like you said, she's behind the scenes a lot, and she doesn't get the credit that she deserves. And let me tell you, she deserves a lot of credit. You know, and that you know, with me, that's the same with Shannon. Shannon doesn't get on the camera. Shannon doesn't want to be on the camera much, and if it wasn't for her, there would not be a YouTube channel. There would, you know, it would just be nothing, you know.
They're two peas in a pod, because that's the same way she is. It's like she doesn't. It's like, I'm here to support you, but it's like, well, without you, I don't know how this would even happen.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be the same. And you know, and I told Shannon, I said, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing magnet fishing, and you know, I would be sitting on a couch somewhere, just getting fatter and fatter and not being able to do nothing. Yeah. You know, and here's my thing. I just got tired of being disabled. I'm tired of being labeled as disabled, you know?
I remember, George, when you first reached out to me and when we first started kind of like chatting for real, you really touched me, because that's kind of like what you're just like, you know, I started this because this is good for like, you know, it's like, I think a lot of people were in your mind, you know, you mentioned how like people were kind of in your mindset. You felt that like being disabled, it's like, no, you go out and do stuff. You gotta have fun. Like it is, you know, and you wanted to show that. And that's like what touched me with talking with you, was like your whole real deal, you know, no doubt. That's a real deal right here.
Well, you know, I appreciate that, and that means a lot. But yeah, that's the truth. I mean, you know, Shannon and I were just sitting in the house and being complacent, and we wanted to get out and do stuff. We really didn't have any friends, you know, and we were just sitting in the house watching TV, becoming old, and you know, that's no way to live, you know. And there's so much history out there.
Yep.
And besides the fact that, you know, we've made a difference in our river, you know, we, in this little 12-mile stretch, we have made a difference. We've seen more animals coming in, less dead animals floating. You know, I'm not saying it's all due to us, but I promise you a big part of it, and I'm not ringing our own bell or tooting our own horn, but a big part of that is due to Shannon and I, because no one else does this in this area.
It does make a difference. It does make a difference. I said, I think it's like you think of the Magfish says, when they say it's like, oh, we cleaned out our whole area. It's like that's something joyous. Yeah, it kind of stinks because you're not going a half an hour to a spot to get stuff. And more stuff will come in those areas because the human condition will never end. People always throw stuff in the waters. That's just a human condition.
Yeah.
And plus, with different flooding events and stuff does get uncovered as well, especially if you're using stronger magnets or whatever. But yeah, it's like, just as a different thing, it's like that makes a difference. That makes a difference. And we're all out here making a difference. I mean, it's like kind of weird. Like I sit there thinking just like Kratos magnets, and I sit there thinking like, how many, when I started this whole crazy adventure, I sit there thinking like, man, I wonder how much metal Kratos magnets took out of this water that's polluting our waterways. And it's like, that's just so satisfying for me. Because that's one of the, that's the mission of Kratos. One of the, missions of Kratos is to clean up the waterways. I mean, that's the one that's up there. That probably tied with supporting one another. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you this. I can tell you how much metal Kratos has gotten out of this river. Right now, we're setting over 17,000 pounds since we started.
Ooh-wee.
About 17,000 pounds.
Ooh. I mean, it's just so crazy. It's just so like wild to even like think about. And that's like y'all down there ripping out, and it's just like there's. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I think about it. Like for me, it's kind of humbling because it is kind of humbling. Just like, wow, just imagine like all the metal out there that's like been cleaned out, by folks. Like, there's no, you can't tell me that doesn't make a difference.
It's got to. Well, I mean, just like I told you, we're the only ones doing it here,
And we were hitting hard.
and we've kind of had to slow down a little bit now, but. We're still going out at least twice a week. We were going 4 and 5 times a week.
Yeah, that's getting out there. That's getting it. Yeah, I'm sure those forearms are feeling sore.
Oh well, I got the strongest forearms around here, brother. I'm like Popeye. But that's a lot of metal. The 1,000 brake pads alone, I could not tell you what they weighed.
Oh my God.
And that was so crazy. I can't believe and a lot of times Magfish, we think like how stuff, when you find something, it's like, what's the story behind this? Well, with that, it was just people straight dumping. It was just like straight up just being bad stewards of the earth that you went out and took care of, Yeah.
Well, and the thing of it is, we're gonna have to go back there because if there's 1,000 there, how many more 1,000 is there?
Yeah, but Busby just said magnet fishing is a therapeutic activity. No doubt. That's the truth for me. I don't know what the zone is. I get out when I'm out there or whatever it is. And it's weird because it's even therapeutic, even like when I get stuck here and there or whatever. But it's because it's like I'm letting everything else go. When I'm in there, it's like I'm focused on task at hand. Like we live in such a crazy world nowadays where everything's just whirlwinding around us. And for me, and I think it's the same with a lot of people, when they throw that magnet in, it kind of gives you more of a tunnel vision, and it kind of gets you out of the.
Yeah, it takes away the wide scope, and you're just concentrating on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Stuart, brother, we love you as well, man. He said, I love them more than some of my own family. We feel the exact same way about you, Stuart. We love you, dude, buddy.
Yeah. Get out in nature. Yeah, I tell you what, last fall I was magnet fishing, and when I looked up and I was looking at the river and all the leaves were orange and it was just so beautiful. It was just like the birds, like I said, George, like you even said, just into the birds chirping, just the the immersion. Yeah, no doubt. It's nice being out with nature.
Magnum Man said he was out earlier tossing today at a campground, had to scratch his head, a railroad nowhere near, and he got 2 spikes
Pull
in
out
about
pour
20
over.
foot of water.
Well, and that's one of the fun of and that's what's so fun sometimes, because a lot of times, like, you'll find stuff and you can kind of like piece it together or whatever, but then sometimes you like find things and you're like, WTF? How's this? Like, what is the story behind this object being here? Like this doesn't even make sense. Why, like why is there road? Yeah, why is there railroad spikes at the campground? There's no. How did these get there?
Why did I find a World War II live artillery shell in Shelbyville, Kentucky, in a creek?
So one of my theories on that kind of stuff, and this is and this is kind of bolstered by Motor City magnet fishers in Michigan, and like because they find some crazy stuff too. They actually just have a video. Their team Kratos out with the bomb squad. They went out with the bomb squad because they found like all these crazy ordinances. I honestly do feel that like what happens sometimes is you'll have you'll have Pappy or whoever fought in the war. Things were different back then, and the souvenirs were easier to bring home. I do think, because it was such a traumatic experience, and just, that things would be brought home, and they keep these things as a memento of this crazy, probably seeing crazy things in their life. And, just is part of this crazy part of history they took part of. Well, as time goes on, they pass on. And I do feel like the kids kind of like are going through the stuff and they're like, what's in this crate? Oh my goodness, there's grenades, there's whatever. And I think they don't want to get police involved because it's, it's the fan, just don't want to get police involved. So I think they dump it. And I think that's a lot of times what we find is stuff like that. From what I, one of my theories. We got a little young Team Kratos right there.
Say it loud. He said Team Kratos, baby. He said, I already said it.
Yeah, you know it. I got my little. There's mini me here, Team Kratos.
How you doing, girl?
Hi.
That's Ariane, my youngest.
Your daddy is something special, boy.
Don't tell her that. She'll be like, you're full of something.
You're telling me. You don't live with him. No, it's a party every day. It's fun here.
I bet it is. I bet it's a blast. I still wish I could have seen you on the Expedition Unknown.
Yeah. I wish I was. Hey, I say they're lost, George.
Absolutely, they're lost. There was something I was going to ask you, and I can't remember. It went straight out of my head. I hate getting old.
Telling me we'd rather see him.
George, give me 1 second. I broke the
Sure.
Kratos seal. I'll be back in 2 seconds, bro.
Okay, who else we got on here? Magnum Man's in the house. Johnny's Corner still here. Ringo and Czar. Hello, Ringo and Czar. Always neck deep. Good time pulling the magnet off the dock. Love you all.
Let me know that you made that.
I'm trying to go back through the comments here, guys. Judy Menzel says, I honestly revere magnet fishers for all the good they do.
Don't forget my stuff back there. My stuff in your car.
Bob Kraft says, that's why I got into magnet fishing, is to get out of the house and get exercise after I got hurt and sick. I understand that, brother. It is good to see everyone in here. We've had a great live so far, still going. We'll go as long as Benny wants to. Hooray to all the partners who support our crazy adventures. That's right, Connie. I'm just going back through all the comments that I missed. I missed several, and I'm sorry about that. I get to talking, and I can't focus on what I'm actually doing. Like I said, we just do conversations on here.
Food over there. There's Olive Garden lasagna in the fridge, Olive Garden breadsticks, all from her going away lunch yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's White Castle breakfast in there. And
Man, all kind of food. Shannon got a smorgasbord going on here after they got back. Is it raining out there now? Oh my goodness! And I was going fishing. I still may go fishing. I got a poncho thanks to Busby.
I'm back.
You're okay, brother. It's started to rain here. I was going to go out fishing later today. I still might. Busby gave me a poncho at the event, so.
So here in Pennsylvania, it's turkey hunting season, and so it's one of the last days. And I bought this crazy thing off of TikTok of how to make your own lunch meat. It's like a lunch meat press. It's really crazy how like some lunch meat. So I wanted to go out. I've been chasing this turkey now all month, but you know, life busy, magnet fishing. But it's like today, it's like, maybe I'll go out in the evening and try to get this turkey because I'm trying to make some wild turkey lunch meat. I'm gonna do some Cajun spices in it. Ooh wee!
Sounds great, man.
Yeah.
So it's a press.
Yeah, it's real weird because it's like I didn't understand that like some lunch meat was created by like they puree it all and then they put it in the press and then they just slice it. I thought I didn't really know that like I didn't know it was like that. So I bought this weird lunch meat thing. So it's like I'm gonna get this turkey hopefully tonight. And then I'm gonna cut up all the meat and then I'm gonna put it in a blender with these Cajun seasonings and then I'm gonna put it in this weird TikTok press. I've been on a TikTok tangent lately. I bought probably like 7 things off of the TikTok shop. I've been going crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just like, eh. And so I bought this thing and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna make this like wild, crazy wild turkey lunch meat.
Well, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Shannon's a big turkey fan. She likes turkey.
Yep.
Well,
I
so Wild Antler Adventures Beard up there, he'll always mess with me because he always gets a turkey before me, and each year we sit there and mess with each other. It's like because I'm chasing turkeys till the last day. Beard will be like after like day 2 he gets one, so like yeah, I got turkeys right here. It's like oh whatever, Beard, you lucky duck, you lucky turkey.
What's the limit on turkey now?
So I'm able to get in here in PA we have spring gobbler and then a fall season. So during spring gobbler I can get 2 and then I can get 1 during the fall, a hen. Mm-hmm. So right now spring gobbler I can get 2, but I just want 1. I'm just trying to make this deli meat. I love cooking. I'm very Johnny's Corner. He was doing like cooking videos for a while, and I was very pumped about those.
Yeah, I saw that too. One thing that we've been watching on YouTube is wild camping videos.
Yes.
And van life, van camping. And this is strange. I talked to somebody about it. It may have been Grant Osborne. Or maybe Stuart. Yeah, it was Stuart. Stuart from Kingfish. Remember this? We like to watch people cook their food
and eat
it. It's so stupid.
Cook it. I
don't understand why. I mean, it's not like a fetish or anything, but it's just so interesting to watch.
It might be a fetish.
It could be a fetish. My face is kind of red.
But I got the same one. So for me, like one of the like I said, is like I am an avid hunter. My freezer's full of deer meat and stuff like that. That's how we I've been eating organic before it was hip. So yeah, it's I get it.
Yeah, and it's just I mean
I like to watch them eat, not just
Shannon and I both like to sit and watch them eat. Watch what they watch what they cook, then watch them eat it. It's so weird. There was a guy we were watching for a long time, and he would have the most just crazy mishaps trying to cook in this van, and it was just so fun to watch. Our boy Alan Morgan now is doing the wild camping thing.
But he don't like stuff eat.
I'm going to get a little camper a tear. I'm with you. My that's polluting my TikTok feed right now. Is the little camping adventures and the hanging out. That's what has me. I don't know. It's like that algorithm.
Yeah, it's weird. That algorithm is weird. But for those that don't know, we are on TikTok now. It's under George Robinson Real Deal.
I'll make sure.
Go there and make sure you go there and follow. Put on pictures probably once or twice a week, sometimes videos on there.
Yeah. And hey, everyone right now, make sure you're Kratos smashing that like button.
Yeah, please do so. Make sure you hit that like button for us. We really appreciate that. Hey, Andy, I see you in there, buddy. Terry, I'm glad you stuck with us here. Like I said, though, we watch some crazy things now. Besides magnet fishing, we like to watch the camping. We watch a guy that does the camping, but he also does hotel stays. He stays in hotels.
You don't even want to know.
Wait, is it the guy that cooks the food and that sous vide the food in his toilet?
Ew, no.
No, I have not seen that.
Hey, well, then our For You pages are going totally different directions because that's where mine is.
that fetish went somewhere totally different, brother. That's a little strange. No,
well, what it comes from is, so like I actually relate to this guy because I'm doing archaeology for 20 years. I lived out of hotels. We travel. So like sometimes you become inventive. You cook pizza with the iron. You brew ramen noodles with the coffee maker.
Yeah,
so this guy, I must have paused on one of his videos for way too long, and TikTok was like, "You must love this." But he cooks crazy meals completely out of his like hotel room, and he's like putting shit in the back or putting stuff in the back of his toilet, and like I guess they call it sous vide or whatever it is, and just like marinating steaks and stuff. It is wild. So you can see where I'm at.
That's a little
much.
That fetish is a little much for me, brother. I don't know if I'd like to watch it, but the guy that we were talking about, he goes to hotels and he
blacklights the room.
He blacklights the room and shows how nasty all these. It can be a 5-star hotel, man, and he'll blacklight the room and show it, and some of the stuff is
the dust and just everything.
We all took an archaeology pact as us like road travelers who like said stay in these hotels, just not to do that. You don't want to know. It's sometimes better not to know. You know, like some things are left unknown.
Yeah, it really is. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this on here, but I'm going to say it. When we was in Nashville, we stayed at a Choice Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
We will no longer be staying with Choice Hotels again.
So what happened there? Because I'm like I do because sometimes I plot hotels for the crew, so I don't want to put them in places that seem crazy.
Yeah, this place is on Percy Priest Road, and I'll just come out and say it. It's the Sleep Inn at Percy Priest Road. It's a non-smoking hotel, which I'm fine with. That everywhere is non-smoking now. The only place that is not non-smoking is my porch, and I'm cool with that. So I'm gonna go out in the parking lot and I'm gonna smoke beside my car. Mm-hmm. It's away from the door. It's away from everybody. But when we walk in there, you can smell the weed coming out of the manager's office or the first 2 rooms, and it's covering the whole hallway. And I don't have a problem with weed. If I could smoke it, I would. Mm-hmm. I got no issues with that. Neither does Shannon. Just the fact that I can't smoke my cigarette in there, but you're allowing people to smoke weed in there.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that the fact of the matter is like, well, if this is how we're rolling, how come I ain't lighting up this Marlboro over here? Because
exactly, and I'm having to go outside where they're doing drug deals right there next to me in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. And if I had a black light in that room, I would think it was a crime scene. I'm sure, because it was not the cleanest of any rooms.
No, I don't look anymore.
No,
Some of that might have been from me, George. You never know. I stayed in a lot of hotels. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
no,
I'm just
no. I'm not.
kidding,
And
guys.
I'm not saying anything about somebody smoking weed. I don't care. As I said,
Well, I
if
wasn't
I
talking
could,
about that. I was talking about other things.
oh yeah. About the crime scene. Uh, well, I'll keep that. I'll keep that part PG. Uh, but there was the shower was handicapped accessible,
Mm-hmm.
which I appreciate that. But there was a hole the size of my fist in the floor of the shower. A hole. It was not the drain. The drain was up here. There was a hole that somebody had punched in the floor of the shower. So I'm trying to avoid stepping in that while I'm taking a shower. And if you know me, I can't stand still unless I go out walking, and it's, I'm about to fall through that.
That's like Gateway to Narnia. That's how big it is. That's pretty big.
Yeah. And the pool, they advertised having a pool. And I was like, wow, man, we can go swimming, after we get back from taking a shower from magnet fishing and go jump in the pool. Well, the water was darker in the pool than it was in the river.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, not that I have high standards or anything. I've stayed in some of the worst dives you've ever seen in your life. It's just that they advertise this as choice hotel and it's family oriented and all this, and it just wasn't what we paid for. So we ended up calling, and they
good. That's what Busby says. Says, you should report that. Yeah, I agree. I agree on that comment.
Yeah, I mean, we reported it, and they sent us a gift card or somewhere to Subway or something. But still, it just doesn't make up for the fact that I had to go walk outside to go smoke a cigarette, and everybody else can smoke weed in their room. I just don't understand that.
You got the carnival going on inside.
Yeah, and we paid for this online, and when we get there, they demand a $75 cash deposit. And when we got ready to leave, the guy did not want to give it back to us.
That just sounds like bad all around.
Yeah, it was, but
that doesn't even seem normal. It's almost there's something that's not right. No,
something there's not on the up and up. We got our money back.
Well, that's good.
But after he did not. He just didn't want to give it back. And I'm not complaining. I like I said, I've stayed in some of the worst places you've ever stayed in your life.
Yeah.
But just this was our first vacation we've had in 17 years.
Yeah, I'm glad to be part of it. Unfortunately that was a bummer, but
it is.
That's what you guys kind of mentioned. It was like haven't really been out for a while, so it was great to.
Yeah, like I said, we last time we went out was on our honeymoon.
We were in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, we were in Gatlinburg then, and
love Gatlinburg.
Oh yeah, man, that was great. We had the best time there.
Just went for the first time recently. Cool spot. If anyone's never been there, definitely cool.
And brother, in Gatlinburg, the river runs right through there, and there is places to magnet. If I knew about magnet fishing back then,
we'd been all over.
We would have been all over that. There is a not really a river. It's more of a big creek, I guess you would call it, that runs right through there, and it looks juicy, man.
I just seen videos. It was probably about a month ago now at this point, but it got flooded out real bad down there.
Yeah, they had that fire down there as well a couple years back that just demolished a lot of stuff in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. That was a few years back. Yeah, Busby, we did call the corporate office. They didn't do much for us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pigeon Forge is kind of like right next to Gatlinburg. Pigeon Forge, you you got to kind of drive to each place, and it's very touristy. It's fun, but you have to be into that kind of stuff. There's like the Titanic thing, or there's just, but you have to drive there. But Gatlinburg's cool because you just park and you're just in the middle of it. You don't have to drive. Everything's right there in the strip.
Yeah, you just park and walk, and it's great.
We couldn't even get into that place that served the big waffles because the line was down the
Oh,
road.
did you try to go? Was it Davy Crockett's or whatever it was, or
The big waffle place that they have,
yeah?
we couldn't even see the door to it, man, because the line was
It was like 2 blocks long.
at least 2 blocks long the line, and this was in the off season. This was in like February.
It's definitely was crazy when we were there too. Yeah, there's lines at some spots.
Yeah, but we had the best time there, man. We got to see a magic show, which that one picture I posted of you dressed as a wizard, man, or whatever you want to call it.
George, it was laundry day. That's all I had. That's all I had to wear that day. It was laundry day.
And I tell everybody that I have on the lives, if you got pictures on your Facebook, I'm going to use them. So don't be embarrassed. You shouldn't put them out there if you don't want them. If you don't want them.
No, all good. All good. It brings me flashbacks.
Exactly. And I thought that was one of the best pictures ever, man. I love it. I think it's great.
No, I think the picture with her kiss is the best. I swear.
That's a classic. It's all.
That one put on.
She's gonna have that one put on my tombstone. She said.
Have you clutching it?
Have me clutching it. She said. That is. I mean, let me show you. Here's a picture that I'm proud of. I'm going to show you this real quick. I hope you can see it from where you are.
Oh my goodness. Get out of here. Oh, I see it, baby. Oh, I love that.
I am a Bigfoot fanatic. Not that I actually believe in it.
I believe.
I believe there may be some kind of animal out there that is breeded and is all over the world that is unknown.
Mm-hmm.
But there's all these guys out there that say it's affiliated. They have UFOs and all this stuff, and it's. I mean, I don't. Whatever. But
we have sightings here in PA, like Squatches up here. We were just staying in Emlenton, PA, on a dig, and there were sightings up there. They saw Apollo. Be quiet. Calm down. Hey, he's thinking someone's trying to steal magnets out there. He's a good guard schnauzer.
But see, Chestnut Ridge is up there around you.
You know about Chestnut Ridge, George? Ooh,
brother, I know. You named something about Bigfoot. I know all about it.
Yeah, hey, Ranger from Men in Black, all kinds of cool stories going on there at Chestnut Ridge.
Oh yeah. Have you ever heard of something called the Sierra Sounds?
I might have. Enlighten me more. Let me see.
You have to go to YouTube to find it. Probably. Just type in the Sierra Sounds. It was a group of hunters back in the 70s that recorded a bunch of sounds that were not human.
They had a fort of sycamore trees.
They were surrounded by these things. They had made a campsite with a bunch of trees. The hunters did. Mm-hmm. They had a stove and whatnot in there.
I see it. It popped up. So I love the paranormal and just cryptids and stuff like that. My uncle is a paranormal investigator. He's from Delaware, but when he comes up here in PA, we go on like crazy little adventures. Weird stuff. We're because I'm a scientist, so I'm very like, I don't know. Let's do it. Let's do a throwback. X-Files. I'm Scully. Who remembers? I'm a Scully. So I'm very, I don't know, Mulder. This doesn't make sense. But it's like, I'll go out with him, and we would do some things, and it gets kind of crazy. It's like, whoa,
we when we first started YouTube, that's what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
doing the urbex and the paranormal stuff, and but there, and I go into it as a very open-minded skeptic, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's just it's
But,
like
but,
but some things are just like too weird for comfort. You know what I mean? It's like
but make sure you look up the Sierra Sounds on YouTube and listen to it.
That'll make you believe.
If that don't make you,
by the Kinzu Bridge, ooh, that'd be a good spot. Yeah. Yeah, I just pulled up 1971.
make sure you listen to it.
What do you think about the Peterson Gimlin?
The Gimlin. What do you think about the Patterson Gimlin film back in '68? I think it was.
What one's that?
The
Where they caught
where the two cowboys caught the Sasquatch walking.
So I thought that was disproven. Was it was it from is it that because that's the classic, right?
Yeah.
That's the classic. I thought not that it was disproven, but now there's evidence shifting. The hearsay is that it was not real.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything about that? Because that's the classic. Like
I had heard.
like, whoa.
I heard a couple of years back that they had proven that it was a hoax, but then.
But the more you look at it, the more it's fake.
What's your final verdict on this, chat? What's your verdict? Is it real or what? Hit us up. What do you think? Is it real, George? What'd you hear?
Do I think the Patterson Gimlin is real?
Yeah,
I think it's possible.
I don't think it is now that I'm more.
Because a scientist looked at that same film a few years back and said there's no way that they made a suit like that back in '68.
Yeah, because
with all the muscles showing.
Yeah.
He said they didn't have that kind of technology in '68 to make the muscle.
Yeah,
bound.
it just looks so. Yeah.
Looks over at you like
because you can see the thigh muscles in this suit.
But the way it looks, isn't that a bit too precious?
I don't know.
I mean,
like I said, I don't know. All I know is when in 1972, I think it was, when The Legend of Boggy Creek came out, I was 6 years old, and it scared me to death.
Yeah. Did you get?
When I was 6 years old when that film came out. We went to a drive-in and seen it, and that's when I became a believer.
And that's the way to see it. And folks, the drive-in's really the way to see a movie. If you have a local drive-in, support them because it's something special.
Yeah,
we got one drive-in left in our area, really, basically, and seeing those drive-in, man, it's just so fun.
We have one in Indiana across the river, and then we have one down here in Kentucky that is about 50 miles from us, and that's the only ones I know of around us.
Yeah.
Benny, I was born when that movie came out in Boggy Creek, and I knew it was fake.
I thought the Blair Witch was real for like 2 months. No, I'm just kidding. That was cool how that one was shot. Yeah, I really like the Chestnut Ridge here. It's like, yeah, love the cryptid and stuff. Really like the UFOs and the aliens, because it's just like, regardless of what you think about cryptids, in my mind, it's like you can't think that there's not aliens out there in an infinite. I don't know. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. But like I said, it's like I just like, something's going on Chestnut Ridge out here.
There's something going on in Chestnut Ridge. I know that for a fact. Whether that be military or paranormal, I don't know. But as far as the cryptids go, there's being discoveries made every year.
Did you? And that's the truth, and that's what's kind of like crazy. It's like a lot of people are like, oh, you're into cryptids or whatever. It's like, well, if you really look, they're finding new stuff all the time. There was something recently they just found. I don't know if it was. I'm trying to pull it in my memory if it was underwater or whatever, some kind of weird ecosystem, but it was like brand new species, like crazy, crazy stuff. People talked about, but it's like, yeah, it exists. Look at this thing.
Yeah, and I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it was just recently, but I mean they're making all kinds of discoveries every single year. No one has been over every inch of this earth.
And the ocean, especially.
Well, they said the ocean is crazy. Like it's so unexplored. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we know more about space than we do our own ocean. That's crazy to me. Bob Craftson's the Alaskan Triangle. That's crazy. Yeah, I know about that too. Connie says the drive-in isn't as fun as it was back in the 70s in the back row.
Well, I made it as fun as I could in the early 2000s.
I remember people hiding in the trunk, getting in and everything.
Well, because it was so, George. What was great about the drive-in was it was pay by car, at least in my area. So you're correct. You're a bunch of broke kids trying to do something on a Friday night, and you would fit Timmy in the trunk. So and so would be underneath the blanket. Right in front. Yeah, we fit like 12 people, and we all had our chairs where we fit like 12 people in a freaking Taurus.
12 people in a car and 6 bottles of Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill.
What was it? Edward Booney hands or whatever. We would tape the Boone's Farms to your hands.
Yep.
And you couldn't take them off until you drank them all. Ooh.
Busby said him and his wife honeymooned in Gatlinburg 17 years ago. Well, Busby, we may have been there at the same time because that's when we went.
07.
Back in,
Crazy.
I don't know if you can see that or not. We both got this tattoo. It's our expiration date, actually. 12/21/07 is when we got married, and we went in February right after that.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Did you get that down there?
Yeah, we did.
What a cool thing to do.
We got that, and when we got back, let me get this off. You can't really see this now because it's fading so much. We got wedding ring tattoos.
Yeah. I always thought about like something like that would be cool because then you just don't have to worry about it, especially just like magnet fishing or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the truth. But you know what? Recently, within the past 3 months, we've both been wearing wedding rings again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. We found some rings that actually are comfortable inside of gloves, and they've been working okay for us.
I wear rings, but like when it's heavy, Benny, it's no problem. They ain't going nowhere. But sometimes when it's like for whatever reason, it's like summertime, really working at Magnafish a little thinner, Benny. It's like I get nervous like that. We're gonna like fly off or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, it's loosey goosey.
Yeah, I understand that. The Ring and Czar says
I like that tattoo idea. That might be cool to do.
Ringo and Czar says his parents have a timeshare in Gatlinburg Town Square.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
Bob Kraft said there was a lot of Bigfoot movies back in the 70s. Oh, brother, I know, and I've seen them all. Kingfisher says, not sure about Bigfoot, but I can drag my knuckles with the best of them. Stuart, I know you can, brother.
Amen, Kingfisher. I relate to that.
Busby said he was in Gatlinburg in March of 2007. We was there a month before, brother.
Oh, that's what small world stuff right there.
Yeah. Bob Kraft said my wife and I just celebrated our 25th anniversary, the 22nd. Well,
congratulations.
You guys.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. Finders Keeper in the house. The Finders Keeper, my buddy Grant, is in the house.
What's up, Grant? Thanks for hanging out with us.
He was on live a couple weeks ago. Fun guy. If y'all get a chance, go check out Finders Keepers. Go check out Kingfishers as well. Stuart has got a new channel that he's put up along with the Kingfishers. It's called Flying Solo with Kingfisher. Go check that out. Subscribe and like and comment if you don't mind. Stuart has had to take a break from magnet fishing because of his back, and he's got Andy and Claire that goes out and Jack that goes out that are doing the videos, and Stuart is editing. But Stuart is also doing a called Flying Solo with Kingfisher, where he's doing cleanups of stuff. And if you haven't seen the signs that Stuart has got, he's got some awesome signs that are lined up around his backyard on the fence. Beautiful stuff that he does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Grant, congratulations on your new baby, Thomas.
Oh.
I think you call him Tommy. Beautiful little baby, beautiful. They just had a beautiful baby.
Yeah. Hopefully, a future magnet fisher.
Hopefully. Well, with a father like Grant, no other choice.
Yeah, teach them the ways of the wise.
But congratulations, guys. I mean, I'm just so happy for y'all. Next week, our live, I don't know if you know who this is, Benny. His name is Tim Bates from Bates Motel in England. They're with the Northwest Magnet Fishing Crew.
I can't bring a face to it, unfortunately. But I heard of him, but I can't bring the face. I'm trying to think of the face.
He is a funny man. He also does artwork. He does pencil drawings. Does some great drawings.
What is crazy about it's like the community and stuff is like, yeah, we all love magnet fishing, but it's like we're also like dynamic people. So it's like so cool, like when you're challenging people and to see like there are other things, like you said, like Maddie with doing what she does. Cool hoodie once again, thanks. And there's like people with like just see like other people's like it's cool to be involved and kind of see that and check that out.
Yeah, and it truly is. And what's funny to me was when we started out magnet fishing, that's all we thought we was going to do, but it branched off into mudlarking and maglarking and metal detecting.
That's how
Brother, we've got bottles now that we collect, and I think our bottle collection is right up there with some of the best, man, that we've got that I've seen out there.
Yeah, that's how I am. It's like, so like where I'm from in Pittsburgh, I'm a river rat. I'm not scared. Like I go in the rivers, I swim in the rivers, I party in these rivers. Like I'm not. I'll go right in and start mudlarking right in there. Yeah, I tear it up. Because I got the fever so much. I'm getting it. Yeah.
And that's the truth. You get that fever, and what's that? Yeah. We're gonna have to end this here shortly, brother, because Shannon's got to take her phone. And
she's quite fun. Yeah, I'll talk forever. I will too. I will too. But actually, we've been on for 2 hours and 17 minutes, almost 18 minutes, which is great, man. I love that. But what I was saying about the bottles, I'll get in that river, and so will Shannon, and I will use a walker, whatever I got to use to get around in that river, and I will hunt all day with the best of them, and so will Shannon. And it's just something that we love to do. And but that walker has opened up so many doors for me.
I have to have 2 canes.
Yeah.
And Shannon uses 2 canes while she's in the water, just to make sure she keeps her balance. But canes and walkers have opened up so many doors for us that we never thought. I've been disabled since 2012, and Shannon not long after that, actually.
Probably 16.
2016 probably for Shannon. And so many doors have opened up with just a walker and canes.
Well, and you hold on to the rope while I rappel.
Oh yeah, Shannon. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Shannon will rappel down banks while I'm holding a rope,
Mhm.
a kratos rope actually, going down. I'm talking about going down 20, 25 foot banks. I'm talking vertical. If she sees a bottle or a piece of metal laying there, and right now we've got one thing that we've got to get pulled up. It is a cement donkey in the water.
I believe you're going to get it. I have faith that
It's coming up. It's coming up this summer. The head of it is gone, but it is a cement donkey, and it's going in our pottery garden.
yeah.
Donkey, get over here. But yeah, I mean, we got so many things that we want to get out of that water that we know where they are right now. It's just waiting for the rain to quit so the water will go down and we can see it.
Or if we needed help and don't have it.
Or if we needed help and don't have it, because like I said, we're the only ones around here.
You never know, real deal. Maybe if the stars align right, maybe I'll come down and you put these certain things on a hit list and we take care of some business.
I'll tell you what, you bring
anytime.
your butt down here anytime you got a place to lay your head, brother.
Bring Janet too.
And bring Janet too, and
Puppy.
bring Apollo with you.
The traveling growler.
Did they bring him?
Did y'all bring Apollo down to Tennessee?
No, we did not. No, and he's actually being good for once, which makes me wonder what he's up to. So yeah, he's probably ready to go outside.
Okay, bro. Well, look, we've been on for 2 hours and 21 minutes. I can't thank you enough, Benny. It has been a pleasure and honor to have you on here, man.
You right now, bro. Can you?
I'm giving you a big sloppy kiss again.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. It's been a great live, and just I know the people have enjoyed it.
Yeah, nice hanging out with y'all. Thanks for tuning in. What a cool hangout session.
Absolutely, come back anytime you want, brother. We'll schedule you again whenever you want, and just let me know.
And also, hey, if anyone is down with Global Magnet Fishing Day, we have the group going on. Come on and join in. Let's celebrate what we love to do: clean up the environment, support one another, and just having fun. So,
what's that date? What's that date again?
It's July 7th. July 7th.
July the 7th.
Yeah,
all across the world.
Join the group. I'm going to be posting all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, come on. Let's celebrate what we love to do, folks. Come, let's be part of this thing. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. We're gonna be doing a live as well for you that day. So just make sure everybody's available and do it, and let's have fun. Let's clean up all the waters around the world. That's what it's about. Benny, thank you, brother. We love you.
Love you, Benny.
Shannon, say bye-bye.
Bye. Love you, Benny.
Yep. Till next time, Shannon. Yep.
Okay, brother. You take care of yourself, and thank you again for everything.
Yeah, love, peace, chicken grease, Team Kratos, baby. You know how we do it.
Absolutely, Team Kratos, brother. Thank you.
Yep.